Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Talk Sox. It's Ethan and Brandon here again to talk more about the Red Sox. And boy, do we have big news. You've probably seen it on every sports site at this point that talks about the Red Sox or really just baseball in general. But we're here to talk about it too. It's Roman Anthony. He's finally gotten the call to come up, and man, are we excited. Brandon, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, very excited. We got the news a little early at Talk Sox, so we try to get that article up on the front page as soon as possible. But yeah, this is awesome. This is we Christian Campbell came up to start the season. Marcelo Mayer came up earlier in the month or like a couple weeks ago at this point. Kyle Teal also got called up by the White Sox recently, although obviously he's not in the organization anymore. And now Roman Anthony's here. So the big four are all in baseball. Obviously, three of them now still on the Red Sox. So this is a really cool moment. At the time of this recording, he's just been called up, so he has not made his official debut, but that is coming tonight against the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm sure he will do great. He's got a good, he's got good competition against, in Shane Baz. He's going to be the starting right fielder for the Red Sox right now because Willie Abreu is heading to the injured list with an oblique strain, which Ethan, you and I cover quite a few teams. There seems to be an oblique strain every single day in baseball. But this is super exciting. That he's the best. He's literally the best prospect in baseball. He's arguably the best player the Red Sox have had in their organization since Mookie Betts. He's well-rounded. He's a good defensive center fielder or outfielder in general. He's got a really strong arm. He's got tons of power. He's probably the best hit tool in the minor leagues, or at least one of them. It's hard not to be excited for what Roman Anthony is going to bring to the Red Sox for the next few weeks, or hopefully, he'll be there for the rest of the season.
Yeah, eyes have been on him for months, and people have been like counting down when he will finally get the call up. And I'm very excited to see, you know, what happens tonight, again, as of this recording, once he finally plays his first major league game. Hopefully, he produces some hits. I know he's going to do well defensively. Again, I'm going to knock on wood on that because I'm going to say that, and God only knows what's going to happen. Again, we've seen him in the minor leagues just perform so well. And the fact that, Willie Abreu is just such a great player to start with, right? I can think of no better player to take his place than Roman Anthony. A carbon copy and then some. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree. Obviously, Willie Abreu had a really great start to the season. I'm sure all of you guys have seen the articles on Talk Sox about him. He was so hot to start this season. He cooled down a lot in May, and then there was this rumor of the injury, which has now landed him on the injured list. So obviously, you want him to return healthy. He is a key piece of this team, so long as whether he's used as a trade chip or actually kept on the roster. He's a strong defensive outfielder. He has been hitting really well, at least for the first month or so of the season. But I think the Roman Anthony news is really interesting because what does it mean for the long-term picture of the outfield, right? Now there's a logjam. Jaron Duran, he's been in trade rumors incessantly the last couple of years. Rafaela, I think is probably the long-term center fielder. He's playing really well this year. Is Abreu long for the team now? You'd hope so, but maybe he's a trade chip at this point for outfield needy teams like the Padres or the Royals. So it creates a lot of interesting questions, but it also introduces the fact that the best player that the Red Sox have had in years is on the team, and so I think that's the key takeaway. And it's worth pointing out. He's still a prospect. There's going to be growing pains. He's not going to come up and hit, 1,000 and hit 100 home runs. It's going to take some time. He'll have some struggles. Mike Trout struggled a lot in his, first couple MLB seasons or first season in the MLB. So it'll take some time, but this is a really exciting moment. He's got, like a 900 career OPS and like 1,100 minor league at bats. He's as good of a hitter as there is in minor league baseball right now, and now if he's in the MLB. So overall, it's hard for me to contain my excitement for him because he more so than Campbell or Mayer is the surefire guy. He's the guy that you expect to be the captain of the team, the leader, the MVP candidate. So hopefully that's what will come to pass in the next few seasons.
And I'm curious, as you mentioned, what will happen with this logjam? Because it's not the first time this has happened when a prospect from the minors has come up. And it definitely won't be the last, right? And because this guy has been talked about so much, it's kind of this head scratcher for Alex Cora in the front office, right? Of like, well, what do we do now? I can only imagine the players probably very happy for this kid to finally come up. At the same time, they're like, well, crap, what's going to happen to my job? So
Yeah.
again, as I always say in these videos, only time will tell. And again, I hope only the best for him, and I hope that he performs very well for his first game tonight. At the same time, I hope the best for all the players, and I hope they just don't get the boot because he's doing so well, but we'll see what happens. As always, we love your thoughts in the comments. You probably have a million thoughts now that he has finally gotten the call up. So we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below.